Today, we have three speakers. You get to have, two presentations on mentorship and then one more towards the end on pathways. So tighten your seatbelt and get ready for an awesome ride this morning with us here at Club Awesome. Our first speaker presenting on mentorship, uncovering untapped potential, is Toastmaster Dorrette Keene. Dorrette is a distinguished Toastmaster and certified John Maxwell speaker, trainer, and coach. Dorrette has been empowering individuals, motivating and inspiring them to step out of their comfort zone and go beyond sometimes their own unrealized limits placed on themselves. Dorrette is truly known for her passion and willingness to help others achieve their goals, maximize their potential, and ultimately fulfill their life's purpose. Please join me as I welcome my mentor, Dorrette Keene, uncovering untapped potential. Dorrette Keene.
Yay! The wealthiest place on earth is not the oil fields of Iraq or Saudi Arabia, or even the silver mines of Africa, says my mentor, the late author, teacher, coach, Dr. Miles Monroe. Yay! Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. What do we have within us that the help of a mentor or mentors can help us to untap? Mentoring provides the ability for a relationship that helps us to manage our own learning in order for us to maximize our potential, develop the skills that we want to improve, and the performance that we want to be able to give. It actually helps us to become the person that we want to be. Today, I'm going to share with you several tips that a great mentorship provides. Are you ready?
Yes.
Come on now, let me see those hands. Absolutely. When one thinks about a mentor, think about it. Within each and every one of us are all these untapped potentials, skills, capabilities. We, however, need someone to help us to pull those out. The relationship of a mentor-mentors gives us someone who is skilled in a particular area that we want to be great in. This is a benefit of that relationship. When we think about that relationship, we're thinking about a mentor who is willing to invest their time spent with us. Let's take a look at this for a little bit. Our time is an exchange of our life. Wouldn't we then want to value that time of a mentor? Absolutely. Mentorship is a volunteer position. So therefore, if you have the privilege of having someone to mentor you, then of course you want to value their time when you're spending that time with them. How do you go about doing that? Once you have acquired a mentor, you're getting ready to meet with them, whether it be via a phone call, a Zoom meeting in person. What would you do to ensure that you get the most out of that time spent? I'm sure you're thinking about it right now. Well, Dorrette, perhaps I would write down some questions in advance to ensure that I have a game plan as I step into that meeting or that phone call. I would want to establish the goals that I want to accomplish and make sure that I am transparent with my mentor. I am uncovering all the challenges that I've been facing. I'm sharing the goals that I want to accomplish. In this way, they know exactly where I'm at and what I am hoping to get accomplished through our relationship. Transparency is key. If we're going to gain anything out of a mentee relationship, then we need to ensure that we are transparent. We first need to acknowledge that there's an area in our lives that needs to be improved and be able to be open and share that. I have found that a lot of mentor-mentee relationships are not transparent. Even though individuals need help, they tend to hold back from showing their scars or revealing areas of weakness. That causes the relationship not to be beneficial. Your mentor needs to know exactly what you want to work on. So therefore, make sure that you are prepared to the best of your ability as you engage in this mentor-mentee relationship. Be professional. Establish boundaries. As you're in a relationship with your mentor, you tend to get very close. This is someone who is pouring in you. And if you're not careful, you will go beyond boundaries that you should not exceed. So therefore, keep it professional, stay focused on whatever goal you want to accomplish, stay true to your purpose. What are some other things that a mentor-mentee relationship needs to entail? Active listening. And it applies to both. The mentor needs to be able to listen effectively to the needs, the goals, the aspirations of the mentee. And the mentee needs to be able to exercise active listening, especially in the area of constructive criticism, constructive feedback. Now let's take a look at the word constructive. How many people do I have online this morning that have somewhat been involved with construction or just understand the concept of construction? Raise your hands. Absolutely. Construction, constructive criticism. That means that you have not arrived. So there's something that's being built, being developed, being worked on. So whenever feedback is being given, consider it as a stepping stone, an opportunity for you to build, to grow, and to improve. Who is now going to embrace more constructive feedback from their mentor? Come on, raise those hands. I'm sure if you have mentors, they're looking. Absolutely. The next thing that we benefit from is flexibility. Being able to be flexible, whether it applies to time that you need to meet with your mentor-mentee relationship, set a time frame, be flexible. If something happens, don't express an attitude or be dismayed. Just be flexible, even in your mindset. Your mentor may suggest something for you to try and you feel uncomfortable. It's taking you out of your comfort zone. Be flexible. There's so many different areas where flexibility is required in a mentor-mentee relationship. Another point that I want to relate, when I started with Toastmasters, coming in as a brand new person, having no idea of what it entails, it was interesting to find that as soon as I joined, I was told that I had the opportunity to be assigned a mentor. A mentor? I've had some of those, but how does that apply to me with Toastmasters? So as a new person, I had no idea who I need to choose as my mentor. First meeting, I'm sure you can recall it, David. I'm sure you can recall it, Diane. But the second meeting, I had the opportunity of hearing Sean Walker presented a speech on the PI method. He was inspiring. He was motivational. For those who know Sean, he was energetic. I'm energetic. I love to be motivational and encouraging. He captured my attention. Key point here, whenever looking for a mentor, make sure it's not only someone who is versed in their area of knowledge, skilled, having an area of expertise, but you can relate, you can identify, you mesh with that person. There's something within them that pulls you to them. I had that with Sean, and he was my very first mentor in Toastmasters. Does the mentor-mentor relationship last for a lifetime? Absolutely not. And this could be a reason why a lot of people do not embrace it. They feel as if they might be stuck with the person for life. Do you feel that way, Nadia? And if you do, it's a great thing because you're smiling. Let me share my relationship with you with Nadia. Nadia joined in Club Awesome and asked me to be her mentor. We have had the most wonderful relationship. Even after not being at the club for the last 3 years, Nadia and I kept in contact. We have passed the mentor-mentee relationship. We're now sisters. That's another great benefit of this wonderful relationship. But let's take a look at the flip side of that. Being a mentor does not mean that you cannot be mentored by your mentee. Recently, I had the opportunity of becoming the area director in my division. Who did I reach out to? My mentee, Nardia. Absolutely. I'm happy that our relationship was good because I'm sure if I had reached out to her, she would have said, Dorrette, let me think about if I want to mentor you in this arena because I don't recall you doing very well with me. Making sure that your relationship is great because you never know when the wheels might turn and you might need that person. I reached out to Nadia. Why? Because it was now in her area of expertise. She's now have been serving as an area director before me. She has the knowledge that I need, the expertise that I need, the insights that I need in order to move forward. Mentee become my mentor. The same applied to Andy Byrne. When I wanted to get involved in community outreach, which I've never done before, doing speechcraft, youth leadership programs, starting a new club, Andy has been there on several occasions. I reached out to him. Another example, many of you perhaps know Louis Margolin. After reaching my CC and having to go to another level in my Toastmasters journey, I knew that I needed to start being mentored by someone else outside of Sean because I now need to accomplish my DTM. I reached out to Lois and I embraced her mentorship to guide me through that process. Case in point, what I'm saying is this: your mentor-mentee relationship does not have to stick with one person. As you grow on your journey to becoming the better you will find other individuals who have those skills, those capabilities, those experiences that you will want to acquire, and it's okay to reach out to them. Find mentors that can help you at different level of your growth experience. Let me conclude with this story. You heard me made mention earlier that the wealthiest place on earth doesn't necessarily are in the mines of Africa and where these wealth are tend to be physically. Dr. Miles Monroe said they're located in the graveyards that are just a couple of blocks away from each of our homes. Why? Because within those graveyards lies those songs that have never been sung, those books that have never been written, dreams that were not realized, and inventions that were not materialized. Individuals spent their time on earth and not accomplishing and releasing and untapping their inner potential. Mentorship can help each and every one of us to accomplish that. I challenge you this morning. If you have never thought of getting engaged in a mentor-mentee protege relationship, take my word for it. Benefits beyond comprehension. So as soon as you get off this Zoom today, or even prior, start messaging someone. Could you be my mentor? Or maybe you need a mentor. Can I be your mentee? I implore you, take that step, and the rest is beyond what you can imagine. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Dorrette. That was amazing. Thank you for that. I should have told you after buckling your seatbelts to get your pen and paper out. I hope you took some valuable notes, but if not, the recording will be available for you to watch and get all those great tips again. Our next speaker is Deborah Pinnock. Deborah is passionate about encouraging, developing, training, and mentoring others to be their best selves. She started an informal mentoring YouTube channel called #DebTalk to help professionals navigate the workplace. She's also the creator and facilitator of a powerful personal growth course based on John Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Let us welcome my mentor and mentee, Deborah Pinnock, as she shares with us the 6 qualities of a good mentor. Deborah Pinnock.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Good morning, everyone. And if we have any guests in the house, good morning to you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dorrette, for coming in and for sharing all that you shared about mentorship. This morning, I'm excited to share with you 6 qualities of a good mentor. 6 qualities of a good mentor. But before I dive into that, I want to share a segment of my mentorship journey with you. Picture this. Okay, I feel like Sophia on Golden Girls. Picture this. It is 2018, and I remember walking into the room, and she was vibrant, she was welcoming, she was warm, and she seemed to know a whole lot about Toastmasters and about pathways. And so with that in mind, I walked up to Nardia and I said to her, "Hey, would you be my mentor?" And she said, "Yes." I want you to know that since then, our relationship has blossomed to the degree where I felt those benefits outside of Club Awesome. And just like she said, I believe we've gotten to a point where we add value to each other. Shift and fast forward to 2019. Last year, I made the decision to shift careers. I wanted to shift into learning and development where I could pour into employees and help to equip them with the skills that they needed to thrive in the workplace. Because how many of you know that the workplace is a tough place sometimes? Raise your hands. So I wanted to be there to help people thrive in the workplace. But I'd read enough, done enough personal growth over the years to realize that for me to get from where I was to where I wanted to be, that I needed someone to guide me. I needed someone who was doing what I wanted to be doing, or at least some aspect of it. So I started looking around in my network, both my in-person network, as well as my virtual network, who in my life was doing what I wanted to be doing. And I found a friend of mine on LinkedIn, her name is Patrice, and saw that she was connected to Donna Mara, who works for People Development Solutions. She's a John Maxwell trainer, coach, all that good stuff. So I took the initiative and I reached out to Patrice and I said, "Hey, can you make an introduction for me? Because I want to connect with this lady." And so she did that introduction. And then I took the initiative again and reached out to Donna. And I had some questions prepared, just like you heard Dorrette state, about her career, how she got into it, what were the pitfalls, all that good stuff. She was so willing to share with me. And in fact, we ended up having breakfast together and I found that she was warm. She was willing to share tips with me. She sponsored me to go on like a conference, which is just ridiculous. And so we really forged a friendship. In fact, she did a personal growth course and she invited me to be a part of that. Now, as time progressed in this course, she looked at me and she's like, "Oh my goodness, sorry, you need to be doing your own personal growth course." I took that encouragement and I took that challenge. Long story short, the combination of Donna being willing to encourage me, sit with me, look at the content that I was creating and give me feedback, along with Nardia being willing to sit with me for days, creating a website so that at least when the people did register for, well, people could register for my course, the combination of these women being willing to help and having the character that they did allowed me to start a personal growth course, which I believe has been really impactful for the participants. These are these 2 ladies, just so that you have a picture of them. And so with that said, what are the qualities of a good mentor? What has allowed not only my relationship with these ladies to work, but the different mentor relationships that you may have in your life? Well, there are 6 qualities that John Maxwell talks about in his book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. The first is that the person needs to be a worthy example. And that includes a combination of things. It means that in terms of if you're connecting with somebody as a result of profession and so on, they need to have professional excellence. Perhaps they may have the skills. They need to have the skills that you want to emulate. And probably most importantly is that they need to have character that's worth emulating, because you and I know that the more time you spend with someone, the more they impact you and influence you. So their character has to be worthy of being emulated. Is the person available? mentorship works because you're able to actually spend time learning and growing. The protege is able to ask questions, but that can't happen if the person is never available. So they need to actually have time to spend. The other is has proven experience. The thing is, based on what Dorrette just said, Nardia was an area director, so she had gone before, so she knew what the challenges were, so she could tell Dorrette. She knew what the opportunities were, so she could tell Dorrette. The mentor needs to have proven experience, possesses wisdom. As a Toastmaster person, and even outside of Toastmasters, you're going to have challenges that you face. The power of a mentor is that they're going to be able to help you solve problems, or they may be able to at least help you solve them quicker than if you were to struggle on your own. Provides friendship and support. If you're being mentored, you want to be mentored by someone who authentically wants you to succeed. In my relationship with Nardia, in my relationship with Donna, and the other mentors in my life, I know that they want good for me. I know that they care about my success. Who wants to be mentored by someone who doesn't care if they succeed one way or the other? The mentor is also a coach who makes a difference in people's lives. The whole idea of being a coach is that you're taking someone from here to where they want to be. And a big part of that is that a coach is someone who is observing you, who is evaluating, who is giving you feedback, similar to what we do with evaluations. And so every time you're being evaluated and someone is just watching and looking at how you're thriving or looking at the areas that you need for improvement, all of that helps. So if you're looking for a mentor, these are some serious and amazing and wonderful qualities that they should possess. And I want to leave you with these two things. If you are well, in this case, if you're a protege or going to be a protege, Dr. Darius Daniel says, mentorship allows you to go to school at the expense of someone else's tuition. And the last quote is by Zig Ziglar, which is so powerful. You can get everything in life you want if you help enough people get what they want. Okay, so you can get everything in life you want if you help enough people get what they want. Jump into that mentorship relationship today and give to help others grow, and give so that you can grow as well. Back over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Nardia.